Welcome to the Michigan Travel Show, a kaleidoscope of stories about the people, places, and events that shape our great state.
Live from the WJR studios in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building in downtown Detroit, this is the Internet Advisor. Now, here are your hosts, Foster Brown and Gary Baker.
A very good afternoon to you. Foster Brown speaking to you live from WJR. As that young man said, and we've got a great program. It's our 5th anniversary program. And with me in studio, of course, is Gary Baker, our Internet Advisor. Gary, Managing Director of GM Global Supply Chain, EGM Operations, but better known to us as simply the Internet Advisor. Gary, good to have you here.
Or simply just Gary.
Or just Gary, as it is. Also with us in studio, again this week, we're very happy to have him helping in our answer team, Computer Technology Sports Support Specialist, Ed Riddell from EDS is out. Ed, thanks so much for being with us.
It's great to be here again.
Coming up on our 5th anniversary program, we're going to start things off with a bang. We are going to be talking with one of our favorite people here, and that's Heather Newman, who's a specialist in the Internet with the Detroit Free Press. We'll be talking with her about some things about PC support, and that she had a recent column on. We'll also be taking your questions here on the Internet as well as we begin a 5th anniversary program. Don't miss a moment of it.
We're here with Foster Brown and the Internet Advisor, Gary Baker, on the 5th anniversary of the show. Foster, how did you find Gary Baker and know that he was able to give Internet advice?
Well, it was pure dumb luck, and on which I depend extensively, by the way. Gary, matter of fact, I was working with an Internet service provider, which is BizServe at the time. Online Technologies is the name of the company. And what happened was that I had a question about the service or something that had to do with it. I was getting used to using the Internet and plodding along with the phone modem at the time, and I called them, and I asked somebody to help, and the person who eventually was referred to me was the man who became our Internet Advisor. Gary was a part owner, still is, I believe, a part owner of and founder of Online Technologies. Am I right with that?
That's right.
Okay, and so he was set out to help me. And as they say, the story continues on from there. Gary can probably pick up some of the threads after that, because I saw him as an expert that I brought in, and it was eventually I saw that I think this is going to be a great feature that I wanted to make part of my Saturday morning program, which at that time was the WJR Great Weekend program. From 97 to 2000, I hosted that program in the mornings on Saturdays. And I really want a segment where people can call in and ask questions like I'm asking questions about the Internet, as I was just starting to use it. And Gary can take the story from there.
Well, and actually, we had just about a 6-month hiatus where where Foster went off to do something else, and finally we just agreed. We said we can't do this show without Foster. Foster agreed to come back, and we've been doing it together ever since. So it has been 5 years. We started out with the mission of helping individuals, but doing it in a way where we could leverage that on the radio and help a lot of people when we were asking individual callers questions. We still do that, obviously. And then the other part of the mission was to promote the Michigan Internet community. And we are doing that every other week or so, just to make sure that everybody, not only in the state of Michigan, but as far as our footprint reaches and then beyond, which is all the way over to Pittsburgh, down to northern Kentucky, over to the Illinois state line, up into Canada, they all know that we have a vibrant Michigan Internet community here.
Kensington barely avoids the yellow card, and Peters with the throw-in. Oh my, here we go again. Yes, we've seen this before, haven't we? Don't think the Queen would look twice at that. There he goes. He's not going to make it with the Royal. Oh my!
You just did it, so I had to hit it. Whoa!
You know, 5 years is a long time in Internet years. How?
What is that in dog years?
I know. It's even longer in Internet dog years. But anyway, how have the questions changed over the course of these 5 years?
I guess in some ways they've been shaped by the technology that's available to us. I think initially a lot of them had to do with dial-up modems. And how do you keep from getting kicked off the phone? You don't hear those questions much anymore. And now you're talking about things like wireless connection. Yeah, that's a brand new field that people are breaking into. So in that sense, well, what other ways?
Well, and certainly because of the listener audience here at WJR, we have started out helping people that were kind of beginners getting on, and we still are.
Yep.
But we're finding an awful lot of more advanced questions as well. And the tricky part for us, obviously, is to keep it entertaining, but to answer the questions in a way that not only help the individual callers, but then appeal to the broader audience as well, the advanced callers as well as the newbies. We're also getting a lot more help because there are more advanced callers out there. So when we get a question that we just can't answer, we put the question out and we say, you know, anybody out there that's run across this problem, Foster and I have made most of the mistakes you can possibly make and then solved them. But there are a few that we haven't made yet.
Now, we did have one element that came into the history of the program a couple of years ago, and that was Tom Dyroff was added to it, and he brought bad humor to the internet. Tom really,
bad humor, but certainly
it was good humor, but I mean, it was good
dry.
bad humor. It was very dry, and he has been a real spark for us. He also added a level of, I think, technical savvy. Because he was a computer builder and a man who worked with the machines. So along those lines, it's been very good to have someone like Tom. Tom now is working behind the scenes, and we have Ed Rudell, who's with us from EDS, and Ed is providing now that a degree of technical skill that's well beyond what both of us have, and that helps to answer the question for some of the more savvy listeners that are there.
Well,
You've had a few interesting guests on, too, that have helped answer some of those questions, haven't you?
we certainly have. Well, actually, we've had the father of the internet. Now, most people think that's Al Gore. It's not. Right? We know that. Actually, Vint Cerf and Robert Kahn were given the award by the president for the High Technology Award for being the founders of, or two founders of the internet. Actually, Vint was involved back in '69 when they made a computer at Stanford. Actually, the computer at UCLA talked to a computer at Stanford. And then he and Bob developed the language now, or the protocol of the internet, TCP/IP. They developed that in '73. And Vint has been on a couple times with us, did a special show when the internet did turn 30. So we had the founder of the internet on, and Doug Van Houweling. You really enjoyed Doug.
We had a wonderful time with him talking about Internet 2, which is, he was involved in the early stages of the internet development, but this will be the next step. It's already existing, and some of the things he talked about were just mind-boggling in terms of the potential for communication. He talked about a musical session being done where you had the musicians in different continents around the globe, all in real time, putting their music together on the internet. It was a remarkable experience, and it only able to happen because of the incredible broadband that they have there and the amount of information they can put through. So it's exciting to take a peek into the future as well.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be around for another few years to be peeking into the future, but happy birthday, Internet Advisor.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on a lot of fun the last 5 years.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.